senior quarterback Jackson Berry, junior wide receiver Kuron Parchmon, and senior safety Jordan Rogers, as well as Coach Tom Anthony. So, Coach, if you'll just start out with a general statement about today's game for us, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, just proud of our guys. A lot of adversity, and in that game, and had a lead, tied, and then down there at the end, and offense was able to go down and score. But overall, just proud of the way our guys executed. Proud of our coaches. Phenomenal environment out there. Just so thankful for Southeast Kansas and Gorilla Nation, showing up today and supporting us, and that's a huge part of us being able to play the way we do as those folks. So very thankful for them.
Okay. Questions for Coach of the players?
Yeah, Coach, a couple weeks ago after UCM, we talked about how not just Taiwan's ability as a receiver, but as a return man as well. And for him to start the game like that, just you're seeing him continue to grow and make more plays. What's it been like seeing his development?
Man, that's huge. To start the very first play of the game to score is awesome, and great job by all 11 guys on the field to execute that. Had some great blocks, great execution by those guys, and then he has the ability, if he can find some open space, to definitely take it all the way, and he was able to do that. So that was obviously a great way for us to start the football game.
Coach, this game seemed like it was a lot of ebbs and flows. There were periods where it seemed like everything was going Pitt's way, then everything was going Chadron's way. I mean, what did you think about your group's ability to just kind of stay resilient, stay focused, no matter how things were going in the moment?
Yeah, proud. I'm just proud. That's probably the best word to use right now for this group. And if there's a word, to describe this team, it is resilient. For us to start the season 0-2, to be where we're at right now, so much growth has happened. Our leadership, our ability to make plays, our ability to execute, and so many times this season, as I just kind of look back in my mind right now, so many times we've been down late in games, and these guys just battle their way back and find a way to win football games. So I think it says a lot about them as people, as competitors, and again, just super proud of them and the way we were able to finish the football game.
Jackson, for the way these two teams could score during the regular season, were you expecting a higher scoring game today?
I don't think I had an expectation for what the score would look like. I didn't know anything about their offense going into the game or how many points they scored. And we've seen game after game, week after week, that no matter what the other team has done on offense previous weeks of playing us, that our defense is going to show up and put their best foot forward. So I've got an enormous amount of faith in our defense to come out and do what they need to do. So the whole week I just prepare myself to do our job and have their back just like they've had ours the whole season.
And for you and Kuron, what did you all see on the touchdown play?
We had one-on-one coverage mostly at every spot at receiver. 31 had been doing a good job, I guess, guarding him. I hadn't gone to him enough, but I kind of got pushed in the pocket a little left, so my eyes just went there and just put it up for him, and he really did everything. So,
Kuron, can he throw it too far that you can't get to it or not?
I like to think he can sometimes, but in practice it looks like it.
Coach, what was the decision to go for the fake punt instead of hitting them deep with the punt?
I was just frustrated. So that was a bad call.
Frustrated about what?
Just the way the game was going. I just wanted to try and generate something, Luke even said before we snapped the ball, he didn't like the look, and that's part of just learning and growing. And just told Luke, hey man, like if we got stuff like that called and you don't like the look, just let the play clock run down. We'll take the delay game, take the 5-yard penalty, and send the punt team out there. But I definitely shouldn't have put them in that situation. That was 100% on me. But yeah, you live and you learn, and thankfully we were able to step up and fix the head coach's mistake. So.
Jordan, for you, when we talked a couple weeks ago, you mentioned big-time players make big-time plays. 2 picks today, including on that 4th down. Just talk about just what you were seeing out there today and just overall the defense's performance stepping up.
Yeah, so defense for the last few weeks, we've been trying to emphasize is taking the ball away to give the offense more opportunity to score. So we've been doing that a lot this week, just doing ball drills and just doing stuff to get the ball back to the offense. So for me, I know, like you said, the big-time players make big-time plays, so I had to step in and do my part for my team for us to win.
How have you seen this defensive unit just kind of evolve throughout the season?
Yeah.
Especially here lately against Northwest, there was a lot of big plays out from the defense in this one, a lot of big moments from the defense. How have you guys kind of just evolved and adapted to these big time moments now in the postseason?
Our energy is contagious, I'll say. Just like for me and Christian Cross, you seen us starting out yelling, making plays. It just brings energy to the defense and brings confidence to them. And I told the defense the game's on us, so let's manifest this right now and go and make plays and do what you can best to make a play. Don't wait for the next person, make your play.
I guess for Jackson and Coach, we've seen it throughout this year that, whenever the offense kind of gets out of sync, it's just that switch kind of flips, and this offense goes out and makes plays and gets the points needed. You saw that again today. Just what is it with this offense? Just despite however the game's going, there's still that confidence, and that switch can be flipped at any time.
Just playing the next play. We emphasized that this whole week, just playing the next play. Bad things are going to happen in a football game. That's how the game goes. But how are you going to respond to it? How are you going to respond to adversity? I think our offense does a really good job at just sticking together. And I think that might be one thing we need to even get better at is just calming down, taking a deep breath, looking at your brother and trusting him and just keep on playing the next play. And, we're going to continue to do that. And, we have plenty of explosive players all around the field. It's just about hitting somebody doing their job at the highest level. And so we're just going to keep on relying on our weapons.
Yeah, for me, I think I've said it all year long, man. We were still trying to find an identity there early in the season offensively. I think I've probably said this 20 times now. JB gets here at the mid-year but misses all of spring ball. Zamari comes in late in the summer. Some of those transfer wide receivers come in late in the summer. So for us, fall camp and even into the first few weeks of the season, those guys are still getting comfortable with each other. How KB calls a game. Rhythm, how certain guys run routes, how JB delivers the football. And I think you've seen over the last 2 months that offense just really start to click, feel comfortable with each other, feel comfortable with the flow of the game. And again, I think it just goes back to, again, just a testament to this team right now. When one side of the ball or one area, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, isn't playing that great, it's so fun to watch these guys pick each other up, right? When the defense is struggling, the offense is able to generate some momentum. Just I told Schmitty in the locker room in front of the team, that guy's the conference special teams player of the year and just had a bad day today. And he's going to continue to be a huge part of what we do moving forward, and we'll never waver on our confidence in Austin Schmidt, and he's going to continue to have a lot of very meaningful and big kicks for us, hopefully moving forward.
What do you think?
I feel like we just do a good job of just complimenting ourselves, like with the run game and the pass game. The O-line does good at protecting, giving them time, and then receivers, we just do our best to make plays when they're available. And then I feel like we do a good job of just keeping each other level head. Because today I feel like I had a pretty quiet day, and I was a little frustrated. I don't really know why, but I'm appreciative for my guys for keeping me out of that slump and bringing me back to who I really am and not being who I was.
East St. Louis finest right here.
Hey, Kuron, you mentioned that you were frustrated. Had a quiet day. Just how big was it to go out and make that play and kind of get out that funk and give your team a lead it back?
Nah, today I feel like I went against one of the best DBs I probably will go against all year or in the conference or whoever we played. But I feel like he went out the game and we just had a chance and we had to take that shot, and I just made the play I knew I'm capable of making, that I was waiting on making.
Coach, obviously getting the win, the ideal result, but then what is just going through your head whenever you see your players kind of jumping in the student section, all celebrating together, dapping each other up? Just what's going through your head when you see moments like that?
Yeah, just how special this place is, the people here are incredible, and the students, the fans, the community, and I could talk for hours about Pittsburgh, Kansas, and Pitt State, and how meaningful it is to our family. So that's what makes this place special.
And Jordan, going back on the defense, this offense was averaging over 180 rushing yards per game.
Yeah.
You guys under 80 all game on under 2.5 yards per carry. That emphasis this week was to stop their rushing attack. It was. What were you guys seeing out there, just being able to break through the line? A lot of tackles for loss, too.
All week we got our big three, and one of our big three was kill their heart. They run the ball down the middle, and that's the heart of their offense. So if we know if we kill their heart and when they run inside the tackles, the game's over with. And so we trusted our front five and our linebackers to get stuff done, and we got the back end.
Time for one more question.
really this one's for anybody, but just, I think I asked the same thing after the Northwest Missouri win. How do you guys keep this momentum rolling into next week, next round of the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, just finding new ways to challenge yourself, and it will be a challenge. This week, I believe Harding ended up beating Northwest, so we're going to have to go down and play, for us on defense, we're going to have to play an offense that we haven't seen in over a year now. And they're a very, very good football team, well coached. And they play great defense, and their offense presents a lot of challenges for you defensively. So it'll be a great challenge for our group. Again, I think that's the beauty of playing in the MIAA. For us, every week's a playoff game. I mean, there is no week off. So I think that prepares you, to get to this point in the season. And now it's just about finding ways to, the new challenge of the week that'll present themselves, and then we got to go attack it.
You ain't got nothing to say.
So you guys can hop in on that if you want.
What was the question?
Just how do you keep the momentum rolling, after this, going into the second round of postseason? You're on a 10-game win streak. What do you need to do to keep that momentum rolling?
I think the first thing we need to do is forget about the 10-game win streak and forget about this win is the first thing we probably need to do, and get into the film room and critique yourself like no other person can critique you, and pick your game apart and see how you can be way better and turn the page right now. Our page is already turned. We won this game. We're moving on. We forgot about the past. We forgot about the regular season. We're on to this week upcoming. So I think that's how we continue to go.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Good luck